got a daffodil ready for Mother's Day. Mom's gonna love that daffodil. It's very strange because I got this flower from a little plastic man with a mannequin head. Well, that's plastic. Well, it's saving it. Alright. Just put some water in. And here you go. Right, now. Here you go. Now, I must get toast. Too bad. No bread. It's gone better. What? How's that flower moving? It's looking at me. But is the window's open? Is the window open? What? Did that flower spurt at me? Oh well. I'm getting rid of that. Okay, let's see. Nice long night on the beach. What could possibly go wrong around here? Smooth, calm, fresh. What's that? Wow, a new fish! I like that. Okay, well, sign up for that. I just want to put it on Facebook. No, smile, please, smile. Alright, okay, put that there. Do it like growl or something. People, back or something. Okay, thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. It's gone! I didn't give him an email address. If it has an email address. I don't know what's happening. I mean, over the last 2 weeks of March, I mean, making my mum Mother's Day toast without breading the knife, but apparently I had to use my left hand because my hand is turned to plastic, or because a daffodil spurt out my hand and turned it into plastic. I mean, look at that, my hand's turned to plastic. I mean, I'm not gonna get my hands with a saw made that plastic daffodil. It's made of plastic. Yeah, I know. And then I saw a reptile sea devil, but that's the only thing that was happened to me the last 2 weeks. There was a bit weather condition last night. Anyway, I checked the weather broadcast, and it was keep raining all the time. It's raining for 2 days. And I asked people, what's the deal with this rain? And then they say, it's from the curse of the devil's end. What the Anyway, it's been a weird twist. I could say it, twist. Weird weeks now in March. Come to think of it, but let's think about weird. Why is it hot? Why is it so hot in here? Why is it so cold? Whew. Oh, I get it. It's because the heating's down. Okay, I'll just put it back up. There, that's it. That's it. The heating's on. It's too hot. I told you not to push it up to heat. You must be destroyed. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. the Classic Who review, and today I'm reviewing the third Doctor, the John Pertwee between 1970 to 1974, the third Doctor. So if you haven't watched the other Doctor Who reviews like from Pat Traugott and Wim Hartnell, I did them from 2 months ago, like over the last 2 months. So go look at them right now, and then comment below which Doctor you want me to which story you want me reviewing in each of these of their series. But there has to be one story in each season. So I'm reviewing all the some story, each story in each season. So I've got stories ready. So if you can comment below which stories we'll be reviewing for the next story, the next era of the next Doctor, Tom Baker. So just tell me which story you want me to review for his era. So now let's get to John Pertwee. So what I think about John Pertwee as the Doctor, and including his era. Yeah, see that? There's the logo. There's Peladon. Yeah. I don't know why she said. I don't know why he's one put him there because Elvis ate it last time. I didn't video much later, but anyway, he looks all 70s in the 70s. Yes, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, people. Yeah, it's very modern and more classic and more funnier. I mean, people. It's like the old days in the 70s. So what do you think about John Pertwee's era? Like I was saying, for his era, his era was pretty much the most big popular eras ever known. I like how it brought out pretty much like how it brought best for everyone's fans. How it brings out good in the 70s. When everyone watched it since about Wim Hartnell, the people thought that John Pertwee was like the Wim Hartnell Doctor, but it also became the best and beloved Doctor ever known. I do like John Pertwee as the Doctor. He's also my second latest favorite Doctor, such as like everybody else and my mom. Yeah, yes. But when I watched his first story, he was doing like vocal cords of his voice. I don't know if that was his real voice or it was doing a vocal cord voice. Just comment below what you think if it was doing a vocal cord voice. And I'm also releasing some. I'm also releasing live streams of Facebook about the reviews. If you watched those live streams, I'll release them every month. So just comment below if you have watched the live stream on Facebook about the reviews. And I like how that Barry Letts and also Terence Diggs worked together to make the era more better, as it played much more like how Earth Stand. It played, you see the Doctor being exiled on Gallifrey, and I really like the exiled era was pretty much the best eras, and I like how the Doctor got stranded on Earth and also helping Unit, because that with Unit in his era makes it more better and it makes more the biggest era ever, such as how they put the invasion and Web of Fear, how all lead up to his eras. My favourite companion in this era was actually Joe Grant, well, now called Joe Jones. And thanks to everyone tweeting that maybe one day we may get the Joe Jones Chronicles, or maybe the Joe Jones Adventures series spin-off. So yeah, I'm pretty sure on Disney Plus they might bring all the spin-offs, and that really includes Joe Jones. Yeah. So anyway, let's go to all the 4 stories I've chosen for John Pertwee's Doctor. So let's go on to the first story. So the first story we'll review is The Spearhead from Space, written by Robert Holmes. This story will feature the first appearance of the Autons, yes, the plastic Auton nesting window dummies invading Earth and controlling everything made out of plastic. It was also the first story of John Pertwee as the Doctor. What I think about his story, when I watched it with my mom, we were watching together and watching this story, and Mom thought like, oh my god, yeah. She said the acting. Well, I mean, when we was watching the Autons, it was like, oh my god, it wasn't like that in the 70s. I mean, people thought that the Autons in this story played more the most silliest characters, but I don't say they're silly, but I meant to say that when they were Autons walking in this scene, they were acting like some sort of rabbit. Yeah. So So yeah, and that's why I thought that how, and then also when it pushed up to part 4, it makes it more better, more brilliant with Unit, the Third Doctor, and his karate moves. He didn't do karate moves until next season, season 8, or until the very end of the 7th season, Inferno. But anyway, I think that the Spearhead from Space was pretty much my best modern story, and also the best Autons story of all time. So I'm giving that story 9 out of 10. That's my opinion. Yours could be very different. So the next story we're going to talk about is the Deamons, written by Guy Lepeld. It's very hard. It's very hard to spell his name. Guy Leopold. I think I didn't say his name right. But anyway, so yeah, let's go to the Deamons. The story receives the Doctor and Joe in visiting a village named Devil's End, who was the heart of a supernatural and also black magic. They find the Master in the village as he's planning on releasing the most dangerous creature in all of creation and across the universe, called Azar, who's one of the last Deamons, and about to unleash an experiment about to go wrong, and he will destroy the world. So what do you think about the Deamons with this story? This story was pretty much my most funniest stories I ever watched. The reason why it was very funny at first because the Bessie car with that scene when Bessie was driving on itself and horn itself, it was like something like a bumblebee or something similar than Chicky Ban Ban. Chicky Ban Ban. Yeah, that's what I thought how it is. Yeah, because in the 70s they're always like one of the most funniest and also play more magic all the time in the 70s. Yeah. But anyway, the Deamons was also the most funniest stories I ever watched, and it also became the most popular story for everyone else. When everyone watching that story, it became more modern and more popular with the Deamons and also the Master's Conquest, and it also played like how a Supernatural did, but not Supernatural to me the series. I mean how it lead to this season being more funnier, more erotic. But people saying it was going to be scarier, but when we get to further to part 4, part 5, it did make more funnier. Yeah, so I think Deamons was my funniest story. It's also the latest best. So I'm giving that story 8 out of 10. That's my opinion. Yours may be very different. So the next story is also everyone's the goodest and best story for John Pertwee's era. Would be the Sea Devils. Written by Malcolm Hulke. Sorry, I mean Malcolm Hulke or Terrence Diggs. Yeah, but I thought Terrence Diggs written that story, but it was Malcolm Hulke because he did the Silurians, Doctor Who the Silurians. So yeah, this story will feature with the first appearance of the Sea Devils, who rise from the depths of the earth and then take over and try and take back their home world. And the Doctor tries to make a peace solution between the Sea Devils and humans, but the Master gets involved and he tries to help the Sea Devils to take back their home planet. So yeah, what do you think about the Sea Devils? This one, this story was the best in the story, also ever, because the Sea Devils. But I realised how the Sea Devils, how the costume looks in the classic in the 70s was pretty much funnier, and I imagine, yeah, because these Sea Devils are very like how it might make up more funnier, and so yeah, I think the Sea Devils was also my best story. That's all I can say. That's all I can say in this one, and also how it did with the Master, and it also became more popular with him helping the Sea Devils, making it more like the best sequel of the Reptile sequel. This story was part of the sequel between the Doctor Who, the Silurians, the Sea Devils, and Warriors of the Deep. So I think the Sea Devils was also the best Silurian or Sea Devil story of all time. So if you have watched this story, review what do you think the Sea Devils? Because I'm giving this story 10 out of 10. That's my opinion. Yours could be very, very different. And the last and final story I'm reviewing is The Monster of Peladon, written by Brian Hayes. The story sees the Doctor return to Peladon with Sarah Jane as they notice that some strange things has happened in Peladon, where the Peladon is on suffered of a monster, the Monster of Agador, as rise in his spirit Peladon and bring the curse of Peladon again. but also the Doctor discovers that there's a conspiracy in Peladon, just like Curse of Peladon. So what do you think about this story? It played much more like I heard about a lot where people say were listening this or reading that other story, much like Monster of Peladon, called The Legacy of Peladon, or just called Legacy. It featured the Seventh Doctor. The Seventh Doctor. It was a novel. But anyway, I wish it was real life. But anyway, the Doctor was cancelled. It didn't get back. So Barry, I think the Monster of Peladon was my latest okay story. It became much more stronger for everyone else in this story in the Peladon era. And the reason why I chose to review that story because of the Ice Warriors. The Ice Warriors in the story played better than the Seeds of Death and the Ice Warriors stories. Make the Ice Warriors the most biggest threat in the story. They didn't become a big threat for the Curse of Peladon, but in Monster it played better. My favourite character in this story was Alpha Centauri, when he speaks very much like how accent. Yeah, this is how she sounds like. I like this era. What do you think, Paladin? yeah. It's very funny when we're watching Alpha Centauri in 6 parts. It was, funny, yeah. But I still like Libus of Sladen, played by Sarah Jane in this story. Played most better than Joe Grant, but I prefer Joe Grant as the best third Doctor, the best companion with the third Doctor. But anyway, I think Monster of Peladon was a little okay. It played similar than like a alien political type of story, much like Star Trek. Anyway, I don't watch Star Trek. None of us watch Star Trek. Or Star Trek: The Next Generation. Anyway, I blame Star Trek Generation for cancelling the show. But anyway, I think the story was latest okay. So I'm giving that story. Sorry about that. 7 out of 10. That's my opinion. Yours could maybe be different. Right, that's about the news flow, and I checked that it's the end of this video. That's the end of this review. So if you guys want to comment below and subscribe and like, and also comment below which stories you want me reviewing for the next video of the Classic Who review, and that will be Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. I know his era is pretty much longer. It has many stories, but I'm pretty sure that I can maybe do three for next video, or 4, like with John Pertwee. So comment below which story you want me reviewing in Tom Baker's story, but it has to be one story in each of his seasons. So and also if you want a comment on Facebook, then Facebook for Tom Baker's era next month, go do it now. And comment below what's your thoughts on these stories I'm reviewing: the Sea Devils, the Deamons, the Spearhead from Space, and the Monster of Peladon. What do you think? Sorry, mix them in order. So what do you think those eras? Comment below what you think those eras are. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Talio. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna take Paladin with me. Hey, Paladin, do you ever heard about I have a friend named Joe Grant? I mean, even a brigadier. Do you know how long that guy stranded on Earth? Ages.